Which of the following are different wireless standards used in cellular networks? GSM, CDMA, LTE, all of the above. What do active engagement features in IoT mean? IoT enables active engagement between connected technologies, products, or services. It leads to the complete failure of the system. IoT makes things smart and enhances life through the use of data. None of the above. Which term describes a form of communication where two or more devices directly connect and communicate with one another? Device to cloud, device to gateway, backend data sharing, device to device. What does a DNS database typically contain? Hostname aliases, hostname to address records, name server records, all of the above. Which wireless mode connects machines directly to one another, without the use of an access point? Ad hoc, point-to-point, infrastructure, BSS. Which concept extends the single device to cloud communication model so that IoT devices and sensor data can be accessed by authorized third parties? Device to cloud, device to gateway, backend data sharing, device to device. Secure Shell SSH network protocol is used for remote command line login, remote command execution, secure data communication. All of the mentioned. What is the full form of LoRa? Long range radio, level range radio, low radio range, none of these. Wi-Fi does not have the hard wiring constraints of blank, Ethernet, radio, microwave, infrared. WSN depends on blank, connectivity, wireless, wired, RF, none. WiMAX uses the blank standard specification IEEE 802.16D, IEEE 802.16 grams, IEEE 802.11, both A and B. Which of the following is not an element of threat modeling? Vulnerability, time, asset, all. OpenIoT manages the registration, data acquisition, deployment of sensors, and interconnection of objects. Through which network does it do this? GSN, XGSN, LSM, HTTP. The term M2M was introduced by IoT service provider, fog computing service provider, telecommunication service provider, none of the above.
अगर आप CCC या O लेवल के स्टूडेंट हैं तो पेश है आपके लिए आपके सब्जेक्ट से रिलेटेड 1500 प्लस MCQs। इसमें क्वेश्चंस हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में हैं, शॉर्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन है और आपके डाउट सॉल्व करने के लिए ChatGPT की सपोर्ट है। अगर आप इसे ट्राई करना चाहते हैं तो प्ले स्टोर से Anki डाउनलोड करें और हमारी वेबसाइट acemcqs.gt.tc पर जाकर अपने सब्जेक्ट के फ्री सैंपल सेट डाउनलोड करें और Anki में इंपोर्ट करके इस्तेमाल करना शुरू करें। अगर आपको अच्छा लगे तो बाय नाउ पर क्लिक करके गूगल फॉर्म फिल करें। हम आपका 1500 प्लस क्वेश्चन का सेट 1 से 6 घंटे के अंदर आपके व्हाट्सएप नंबर और ईमेल पर भेज देंगे।
Which of the following are components of a microcontroller? RAM, ROM, timers, all. Blank is a set of conventions and rules for communicating between two or more devices residing on the same network. Protocols, security policies, wireless network, network algorithm. What is the primary use of the ping command? To know the network speed. To test a storage device. To test if a host on the network is reachable. None of the above. What is the full form of SSL? Serial Session Layer, Secure Socket Layer, Session Secure Layer, Series Socket Layer. Wi-Fi technology allows connectivity for which of the following devices? Mobile phones, laptops, PCs, all of the above. Which of the following are examples of microcontrollers? PIC-18F 8720, MAX 32620, MCU, all of the above. How many digital pins are there on the Uno board? 14, 12, 16, 20. What risks and challenges should be considered on the Internet? Privacy and security, energy consumption, network congestion, all of the above. Which of the following are hardware components of an embedded system? Computer processor, device peripherals, computer memory, all of the above. How many pins are present in an LDR sensor? 1, 4, 2, 5. An embedded system is a combination of blank, software, hardware, both A and B, devices. What type of processor is used by ARM7? 8-bit CISC, 8-bit RISC, 32-bit CISC, 32-bit RISC. What is the role of a gateway in the smart grid architecture of IoT? Store data, manage data, collect data, security. Which of the following contributes to IoT device manageability? Protocol abstraction, simple and fast installation, security with hardware, data storage. The monitoring target of the smart blank includes sensor objects in the power link. Perception layer, smart network layer, smart application layer, data layer. Which type of services are commonly used to connect IoT devices to data? Cloud, big data, internet, network. What kind of sensor is an LDR sensor? Passive, radio, active, pressure-based. Which of the following are software environments used for an embedded system? Proteus, LabVIEW, MATLAB, all of the above. What is the core element of the architecture of a smart city? Mobile Unified Service, Urban Application Platform, Management Center, Integrated Information Provider. IoT promotes the creation of what? Devices, network, clusters, things. What does it stand for? Internet Travel Services, Intelligent Transportation Services, Internet Transportation Security, Intelligent Transportation Security. Who coined the term, Internet of Things, IoT? Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Kevin Ashton, McDonald. Which IoT category could be used by citizens to contribute to a smart city? Personal IoT, Group IoT, Community IoT, Industrial IoT. The IoT reference model is scalable, secure, both scalable and secure, none of these. Which community is working together to establish an IoT architecture? Eclipse IoT, Red Hat, Intercloud, Bot2Bot. What uniquely identifies embedded computing devices? Internet, IoT, Big Data, Cloud. Which of the following is an open-source stack for gateways in the edge? Eclipse Capua, Red Hat, Intercloud, Eclipse Cura. A smart home system typically consists of sensor networks, communication network infrastructure, intelligent control and management systems. All of the above. Industrial IoT is primarily focused on convenience of individuals, efficiency, safety, and security of operations and personnel, efficiency of the system, data security. IoT devices have unique identities and can perform blank remote sensing, actuating, monitoring capabilities, all of the above. Which of the following is not one of the primary concerns regarding the Internet of Things IoT? Data storage standards, efficiency, privacy concerns, cybersecurity. Sonos is a system that primarily uses blank for its wireless speakers. Wi-Fi, Hi-Fi, Zigbee, none of the above. Which company first coined the term fog computing? IBM, HP, Dell, Cisco. Which of these is a part of the sensing layer of the IoT service-oriented architecture? Service integration, service repository, business logic, data sensing and actuation protocols. Internet of Things can be integrated with which of these separate domains? Cloud-based storage and computing, cyber-physical systems, big data networks, all of the above. Which of the following is an IoT functional block under the logical design of IoT? Communication, device, service, all of the mentioned. Which of the following IoT categories is primarily used for a business-to-consumer (B2C) process? Group IoT, Community IoT, Personal IoT, Industrial IoT. What does CGI stand for in IoT? Common Gateway Interest, Common Gateway Interface, Common Gate Interference, Computer-Generated Imagery. Which type of software support or process effectively binds all system devices to create the core body of an IoT system? Real-time analytics, data collection, device integration, real-time collection. What is the fundamental equation for the Internet of Things IoT? Physical object plus controller, sensor, and actuator plus Internet. Controller, sensor, and actuator plus Internet. Physical object plus Internet. Physical object plus controller plus Internet. Which IoT communication protocol is commonly used for device discovery and lightweight communication? HTTP, COAP, MQTT, TCP. Which IoT protocol is commonly used for lightweight, bidirectional communication between IoT devices and the cloud? MQTT, Message Queuing Telemetry Transport, COAP, HTTP, 2. UDP, User Datagram Protocol. The term IoT was coined in which year? 1998, 1999, 2010, 2005. The size of a MAC address is blank bits 16, 32, 48, 56. Which of the following is not an advantage of IoT? Reduce waste, security, enhanced data collection, improve customer satisfaction. What is the bit size of an IPv4 address? 16, 32, 48, 64. Each IP packet contains source and destination IP addresses. Source IP address only. Destination IP address only. Either the source or destination IP address. Which language is best suited for IoT analytics? PHP, Java, Python, Scala. The MQTT protocol is based upon which architecture? Client-server architecture. Publish-subscribe architecture. Both of these. None of these. What is the size of an IPv6 address? 48 bits, 96 bits, 128 bits, 256 bits. IIT primarily targets applications related to which of these areas? Health and fitness, entertainment. Both of these. None of these. Which of the following is an open-source operating system? Arduino, Windows, Linux, Mac. A typical IoT system design that refers to the individual node devices and their protocols utilized to create a functional IoT ecosystem is termed as logical design, physical design. Both of these. None of these. blank, is an IoT system design that depicts how the components should actually be arranged to complete a particular function. Logical design, physical design, both of these, none of these. The IEEE 802.16 protocol stack is commonly referred to as LoRa, Bluetooth, WiMAX, none of these. Which protocols are included in the IoT application layer? MQTT, HTTP, only MQTT, both MQTT and HTTP. Which protocols are used for I/O input-output sensor interfacing? SPI, I2C, UART, all of these. Which IEEE protocol is commonly referred to as Wi-Fi? 802.15, 802.3, 802.11, 802.16. Which collection of standards is used for low-rate wireless personal area networks (LRWPAN)? 802.15, 802.3, 802.11, 802.16. What is the acronym for the adaptation layer that allows IPv6 to run over low-power wireless personal area networks? 6LoWPAN, LoRa, LoRaWAN, none of these. Which of the following correctly describes the four-stage process flow of an IoT solution architecture? Sensor actuators, data acquisition, Edge IT, data center cloud, data acquisition, sensor actuators, Edge IT, data center cloud. Sensor actuators, data acquisition, data center cloud, Edge IT. Sensor actuators, Edge IT, data acquisition, data center cloud. The HC05 Bluetooth module can be configured to operate as which of the following? Slave only, master only, master and slave, none of these. Which of the following is not a key feature of IoT? Connectivity, automation, scalability, manual processing. Which of the following is an IoT application? Smart home, wearable devices, industrial automation, all of the above. What does a smart IoT device mean? A device capable of data processing and communication. A device that works without a network. A device that consumes unlimited power. A device with manual configuration only. What is the role of a gateway in IoT? To store data locally, to facilitate communication between devices and the cloud, to act as a power source for IoT devices, to replace all devices in the network. Which layer of IoT architecture involves data analytics? Perception layer, network layer, application layer, processing layer. Which of the following is a common challenge in IoT? High energy efficiency, standardized protocols, security and privacy concerns, unlimited bandwidth availability. What is the primary purpose of IoT? To replace the internet, to connect devices and enable communication between them, to eliminate manual labor completely, to reduce global warming. What does LPWAN stand for in IoT? Long Power Wireless Area Network, Low Power Wide Area Network, Local Protocol Wireless Area Network, Low Packet Wide Area Network. Which of these devices is commonly associated with IoT? Smart thermostat, traditional desktop computer, CRT television, dial-up modem. Which communication protocol is lightweight and widely used in IoT for constrained devices? FTP, MQTT, Telnet, SMTP. What is the main function of a sensor in IoT? To store data locally, to collect and send data about the physical environment, to process and analyze data, to communicate with other devices. IoT devices use blank to interact and communicate with each other. Cloud computing, sensors and actuators, artificial intelligence, human intervention. IoT systems typically collect data using blank monitors, sensors, cameras, processors. What is the role of actuators in IoT? To sense environmental changes, to take action based on received data, to display information on screens, to store large amounts of data. Which wireless technology is commonly used for short-range communication in IoT devices? Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, LTE, Ethernet. What does WLAN stand for? Wireless Local Area Network, Web Local Area Network, Wireless LAN Adapter Network, Wide Local Access Network. Which IoT technology uses radio waves for low-power communication? Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Zigbee, all of the above. What is the range of Bluetooth technology typically used in IoT? 10 meters, 50 meters, 100 meters, 1 kilometer. Which IoT technology is best suited for long-range, low-power communication? Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, LoRaWAN, Zigbee. What does the term Wi-Fi hotspot refer to? A device used for Bluetooth communication. A public or private area where wireless internet is available. A storage location for IoT data. A sensor that detects wireless signals. Zigbee is best suited for which type of IoT applications? High-speed video streaming, low power, low data rate applications, large-scale data storage, long-distance file transfer. Which of the following technologies is typically used in smart home IoT devices like smart bulbs and thermostats? Zigbee, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all of the above. Which wireless technology has the highest data transmission speed? Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, Zigbee, LoRaWAN. Which of these is not a feature of Bluetooth Low Energy (BLE)? Low power consumption, long-range communication, used for small data packets, short-range communication.
अगर आप ट्रिपल सी या ओ लेवल के स्टूडेंट हैं तो पेश है आपके लिए आपके सब्जेक्ट से रिलेटेड 1500 प्लस MCQs। इसमें क्वेश्चंस हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में हैं, शॉर्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन है और आपके डाउट सॉल्व करने के लिए ChatGPT की सपोर्ट है। अगर आप इसे ट्राई करना चाहते हैं तो प्ले स्टोर से Anki डाउनलोड करें और हमारी वेबसाइट asmcqs.gt.tc पर जाकर अपने सब्जेक्ट के फ्री सैंपल सेट डाउनलोड करें और Anki में इंपोर्ट करके इस्तेमाल करना शुरू करें। अगर आपको अच्छा लगे तो बाय नाउ पर क्लिक करके गूगल फॉर्म फिल करें। हम आपका 1500 प्लस क्वेश्चन का सेट 1 से 6 घंटे के अंदर आपके व्हाट्सएप नंबर और ईमेल पर भेज देंगे।